Hello friends, welcome back to Java coding sessions. So today we will be going to write a Java program in which we will be going to remove elements that will be a greater than a given value. So in today's video we are going to explore one of the most fundamental yet powerful concepts in Java. So we will be working with array lists and more specifically how to remove all elements that are greater than a certain number. So this video is not just another code walkthrough. So we will be going in depth professional grade tutorial. So just to make you all understand each and every single step. So let's begin by writing a clean and well structured Java program. So you can see here I've just created a class named as remove greater than value, which contains our main method. So as we all know, this main method is basically the entry point of our Java application. And we will be also, importing java.util.star. So this we will be importing so that we can use powerful utilities like the ArrayList and the iterator. And yes, so in our very next step, what we can do, we can declare and initialize an array list of integers. So array list is, you can say is a flexible data structure unlike arrays. So actually it can grow and shrink dynamically. So let's do one thing. Let's declare one array list here. So we can mention here integers with the numbers equals new array list. With an array list with an integer, and here we can add like 5. And then we can add a 12, we can add 3, we can add 20, and then we can add like 8, and we can add 15. So we have added almost 6 numbers to the list. This will serve as our sample data, which we will be filtering very shortly. So for now, let's do one thing. Let's print the original list so that we can compare it with the final result. So we'll just give system.out.println and we can just print our original list here. With the numbers. Now this will output all the values that is currently in the list, and it will be actually a greater way to visually confirm that we are starting with. So now let's go into the heart of this logic. That will be the threshold. So we want to remove all elements. Let's suppose if I say I want to remove all elements that are greater than 10. So I will do one thing. I will just set one limit here. So int limit equals 10. So this variable limit stores the value 10, and any number above this value will be removed from our list. So team, to keep our code clean and more modular, let's define a separate method. For example, remove greater than which we can implement remove greater than, and which we can implement below this. So this method basically takes the list and the limit as input and directly modifies the list by removing the unwanted values. So let's do one thing. let's simply implement one method, and now we can make it as public. So instead we use an iterator which safely allows us, to remove elements while looping through the list. So let's introduce the iterator. So when removing items from a list, should never use, a for each loop, because doing so might throw a, concurrent modification exception. So it will be good if we can use an iterator. So we will be using iterator here. So let's do one thing. So you can set here as a list, and this you can make it as a value. So now let's do one thing. So we'll just take one iterator here with an integer equals list dot iterator. So now we can do one thing, just we can create one while loop here. So while iterator dot has next. So now we can mention here int next. In fact, you can give here int current is iterator dot next, and you can mention one condition here, if current is greater than value, so you can give iterator dot remove. So here iterator dot has next basically checks if there is another element in the list, and iterator dot next, if we say, so this will basically, it will fetch the current element, and if the element in this condition, what we say, if that element is greater than the given value, we remove it safely using iterator dot remove. So this ensures that there are no errors and the list is modified in place, meaning we don't create a new list. This makes the code very memory efficient. And finally, let's do one thing. Let's print the list again to see what remains after filtering. So we do one thing. Let's print here updated list after removing elements. So we can mention here the limit so let's do one thing, team. So updated list after removing elements, and we can do one thing, we just concatenate this with our limit, and we can mention here numbers. Fine. And that's it. We now have a list that contains values less than or equal to a specific threshold. So okay, so there is some minor let's see updated list after removing elements. Okay, so I'm missing something here. Okay, so plus I just concatenated this with this. Okay, so In fact, let's do one thing, team. We mentioned here. Okay, so we do one thing. We just print after looping all this. So we need to, like, original list is now modified. So let's do one thing. We can keep this like system.out.println statement. Like, this is basically our modified string. Okay, so we use this like iterator, and after this loop got ended, so inside the main function you can add this updated list, so that will be actually the final list. So let's do one thing, team. In fact, let's go into our main statement and just print this. Yeah, so this will show you the perfect one. So let's now run this and check. Perfect. So you could see here our original list is 5, 12, 3, 20, 8 and 5. And after removing elements that is greater than 10, you could see 12 is removed, 20 is removed, 15 is removed, and rest of the arrays you can see here. So I hope you enjoyed this session. So you can just practice this. Keep on practicing, because practice makes you more perfect in a code. Thank you all.